took his
Da-da-da-da.
Hey, Money Maker, you gotta check out the exercises, man, that we're doing on Assembly of Wonders. It's
about them right now.
There you go.
Yeah, check them out. Oops, excuse me, Grace.
I went live too fast. So I need to go over there and fix my little title. Fake questions, real answers.
Okay,
that's what we're talking about today.
Right down, sir.
Fake questions. There we go. And I had my speaker. I'm just all like, fake questions, real answers. I heard you say something, Prophet Jay. What'd you say?
Oh no, I was telling Anthony to check out the Assembly of Wonders exercises and how I moved my feet yesterday. And I said in the next couple of months I'll be able to kick Renee in the booty.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, no, I went back and watched the replay. And I was just, man, that's an epic. Everything about what you're doing is epic. Arshia was right to make her comments yesterday concerning you. She was spot on. Spot on, man. Yeah. Spot on, man. I tell you what, if you keep working on yourself, you eventually go find a self that you really like.
Watch yourself. You starting already. It is Thursday. Come on, sir.
It is Thursday. So he's starting. The bishop has arrived.
The honorable bishop, huh?
I didn't mean to start 2 minutes early, but yeah, I mean, you keep working on yourself. You like what you got. That's for sure.
He done got his power set this morning. Then he done did some kind of exercise. And then all of a sudden, next thing I know, he's talking about Renee's booty. Renee's booty done set this power. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
You know, a man find a wife, you find a good thing. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Women have that power. Women make you want to work out, move your legs. Yeah, get the red Ferrari. Get the red Ferrari in the big house. Yeah. Fake questions, real answers. I'm going to repeat this time because I started early. Remember the raffle, and we do see you all raffling $1 a ticket. Oh, I'm glad Jerome put his hands together. You just reminded me about something. When you're putting your hands together, reminded me to add drop myself a picture because I know most of you get it. You have remember the raffle. It is working, and also remember that the 100% of proceeds go back to one of y'all. I will announce it, and that person will cry on camera and say, "Oh my God, I cannot believe!" So you will know. You will know who has received it. And I'm attempting. I hope that I can rub off on you all and shift your view of this year. Hopefully I can do that. I'm hoping you switch taking from the universe and start adding value to the universe. Did I say something there, Grace?
You did. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I just want to make sure I said something. Hopefully I can do that. Because when you add value, you always walk in a life of value. And I know that is contradictory to your little mind, but it is not contradictory to your human experience or your sacred text, whichever you believe. It does not matter. When you add value, I'm trying to say it differently. I want to say what you give, but y'all make that cotton candy. Y'all make that cotton candy talk. When you add value, when you take from yourself and exercise that selflessness outwardly, you then bless yourself. Why? Because all of us are God. If that made you uncomfortable, no problem. All of us are made in the image of God. If that made you uncomfortable, no problem. All of us are one. If that makes you uncomfortable, no problem. All of us are unique and help one another on this planet. All right, yeah, all the school of thoughts there. And when I give to feel feel is a reflection of me. Therefore, I actually gave to myself. And that's how it works. And if none of that makes sense, then take from the stranger's secret, Earl Nightingale. You cannot say to the stove, give me heat. You must put wood in the stove first. And that always makes sense. I don't care what nobody say. That always makes sense. You cannot say to the stove, give me heat. So remember the raffle, $1 ticket. We have all your tickets. Somebody bought 100 tickets. So we do appreciate you there. But 100% of the proceeds will go back to one of y'all here, and it will be public. I will make it public. You will know. 2, remember, Grace, all those conferences we said. Can you post those dates for those conferences too?
Yes.
Okay. Grace has a little thing. The Mexit Conference next year. Yes, ma'am.
Miss Margie said she gave, she just wanted to donate, and she said I could have, I didn't ask her. She said, I'm gonna give it to you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I will.
So Margie tickets is your tickets.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thus saith the Lord. I've got nothing to, hey.
I think she was sneak talking when she said it, Grace.
And if you win, Grace, don't be thinking just because you were part of the company.
That's true. That is true. That is just completely random. I have a whole random math equation. I'll show. Oh man, what I do now? I'll show y'all here in a second the things that I'm struggling with right now or going through. Kim, you look like you took a bath. Good job. You just
Thank you.
Yes.
Kim, just know Antonio and Ken they're gonna mess with you all the time. Okay.
All the time. All the time.
Okay.
It's the swag. It beckons us. The swag it does. Today
Kim
we're doing
is my favorite.
Well, there you go. If her son go to NFL, he my favorite. I knew him my whole life.
I've been trying to get her to do a DNA test for the last few years. I mean, that's my boy. How's that baby pappy?
Nope.
That's it.
No.
Yeah, buddy. Look, I know him my whole life. We went to kindergarten together. We used to jump up the neighbor's tree and get them peaches, whatever it is, whatever you need to hear. That's what we used to do. We're doing fake questions, real answers. I'll explain that in a second. And then we're doing, I want to tell you about all those conferences. Remember, they're all free. They're all free. So be in attendance. And then let's give a special shout out to Monica, the calmest person on the planet. Let's just unmute our mics real quick for no reason and clap for Monica.
Hey, Monica.
Woo, woo. Hey, Monica.
Yes.
Monica.
She is the calmest woman on the planet. She has no problems whatsoever, except for that one time God was gonna let her down.
That's it.
That one time she had prophesied about how God was gonna be lazy and abandon her, on a particular date. Yeah, how'd that work out with your overflow? Look at you, y'all be out here. She said, "Oh, stop it." It's funny. I actually, Monica, I started to, but the way I'm doing something right now, I have to wait. But I may buy one of your houses this year if you still trying to sell one. I would right now, but the way I'm doing this one, I'm going through the VA with this particular thingy, and they want me to live in it, and I don't plan on moving to San Antonio right now. Anyway, yeah, I don't plan on doing that right now. So there you go.
Well, I mean, if you need somebody in your stead to go and live in it, I got you. Okay.
I know you enjoy free room and board. I'm sure. I am sure. There you go. Fake questions, real answers. What I'm going to do here for the next, because I need to take y'all higher. And we did Q&A yesterday. I rarely do Q&A. I rarely do Q&A.
Sir, before you keep going, yesterday was phenomenal. I was on the phone with my boy Romy Rome yesterday, and we was talking about that. He said you really blessed him of what when he asked his question about the guy he was going to have lunch with. Okay. And look. Oh, okay.
Oh, look at that. He got questions written down. Boy, I tell you.
Go ahead, Jerome.
No, unmute yourself, Jerome. And I don't know
muted.
if I see Monica say, "Oh no, my house is bringing too much boo boo."
No. Antonio, that's the poem I wrote for the lunch also, along with the $40. See,
Okay,
I'm gonna bring product with me. Okay.
No, that's right.
The poem is about him. So I want him to know that I ain't just putting him in with anything. I'm putting him in with something that has substance.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
But you triggered that yesterday, sir.
Oh, I got you. I got you on the books where I can get the okay. Got you. Okay. Shout out to Damali and Talisha who are on YouTube. Well, I know those two are because they commented. And fake questions, real answers. What I want to do is I'm going to ask questions that I wish y'all would ask me. And then I'm going to give you the real answers. That's how I'm there. Some of them are basic. Some of them are not. If you're looking for, let's say, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, the questions are freshman and sophomore, but the answers will be master's level. Because I try to blend the two levels of awareness as we speak on this here. Also remember that another investment opportunity is coming. It's always coming. The moment we found caves, we've been investing. It's the truth. So, as soon as we saw a cave and someone recognized, let me duck under here. Someone said, hey, let me get in there with you. You can't do that. Me, no. Here's a banana. Well, you know what? Come on in. So we've been invested since caves. So if you miss the investment opportunity with Ken Johnson, worry not. I promise you, right around the corner, there's another one. There always is. They never run out. They never, ever, ever run out. Also, now I don't know this for sure, but if you need to make payments to Ken, 2 would probably be preferred. I'm speaking for him now. And that's it. Because it's too hard to pay. And I'll tell you, and you can't even qualify for being paid out until completion because your money is working and you need to have your money completed so it can work. Just I'm speaking for him. Ken, if you want to jump in and unspeak what I just spoke, that's fine. But I'm trying to make your life easier.
Oh no, it sounds good. We got a lot of them already participated. I got a few more to contact back, and so it's the agreement is the agreement, and it's in black and white, and it's real simple. So me and Mr. Otis chopped it up real good.
Good man.
So we got a lot of people on board already. Those who are still waiting. I mean, it is what it is. We move forward.
There you go. There's always another opportunity. But I will say this though, and some of y'all found this out the hard way. If you do what you're supposed to do with your money, if you save aside 10% of all you earn, you won't miss any opportunities. Okay, remember this, Phil. I did it again. So 41 classes from now.
I heard it. Okay, because it started. You got off the subject the last time because we started talking again, but you asked me to look up the first when we did the very first class, April 11th. April 11th.
So 3 months from now, what's gonna happen is somebody's gonna say, "Man, I should have listened to you." And Jerome gonna get on y'all. Jerome gonna say, "Folks, listen," and that's how it's gonna go. So you know how it is. If you save your 10%, then I promise you, when it's time for you to invest, you will have the money you need to invest. Why is that so difficult for people to understand? I have no idea. I can tell you what I know most of y'all hold up is. and it's in two places, and now I'm officially teaching. Most of y'all hold up is in two places. One, you have no faith, so you can't let your money go.
Ooh, watch yourself, sir.
That's number one. So the next time you attempt to tell, and I'm gonna say this unpolitely, the next time you attempt to tell me how good God is, you can't. You ain't got no faith.
Watch yourself, sir. Go ahead, Prophet.
If you can't save 10% of all you earn for yourself, you have two major problems. You do not believe, you have no faith, and you are not obedient. How possibly are you going to tell me about God being good? The two things you need to genuinely have God being good is obedience and faith.
You better talk. Stop it.
Jamal, I felt like I said that unpolitely, like I said I was going to do.
Antonio.
Yes.
No, that's all right. You said
I'll be the first to admit I have faith problems when it comes to letting money go, and not a lot of faith problems when it comes to having the money come in. And I'll tell you something interesting that happened 2 days ago. My uncle literally showed up at my doorstep, and he was like, "Hey, I need this much money." And of course, he's got like big problems, and you cannot say no to someone who shows up to your doorstep. So I was talking to my wife, and I was saying, "Look, man, God says He's going to return like whatever you pay for 10 times. So I mean, we have to give it. It's not like we can say no, but let's keep an eye out. Let's see if something special happens." Because of this, I really don't believe anything's going to happen. Like, we're basically getting robbed here. But yeah, he's going to give him $10,000, and then somehow, apparently $100,000 worth of business is going to come our way out of nowhere. So just keep an eye out for it. We were just laughing about it. And dude, I'll tell you something. It literally just not even 2 days. The very next day, I had like an old client who had just gotten flaky, and they had like 5 times the rate, but after agreeing to everything, they really didn't send the briefs through. And that client, I just sent a follow-up message, and they were like, "Oh, sure, we're dispatching," and then they dispatched the work to us. We had this workbook thing with you coming in, right? That's an additional revenue stream. And one of my oldest clients who who asked for some time off because she was focusing on her blog and writing herself, came back asking, "Hey, do you have any space on your publishing schedule to write for me?" 3 different places.
Wow.
Says money just came in, wasn't expecting it. And I was just talking to her, and I was saying, "Look, we were making fun of the idea that you give money and then it comes back." We were saying, "Oh yeah, sure, $10,000 going away. Of course, $100,000 is going to come in, right?" And dude, it's $30,000 worth of business in our local currency. Came in the next day, literally telling Maria, "Hey, keep an eye out for this. So like within a week, let's see if something develops." And I was like shit, we really shouldn't have doubted this. This really is a principle. There's a reason why wealthy people try to look for ways to give money, because it really does eventually work in your favor.
Yeah, this is where y'all join in the clap. Okay, this is where you everything.
Okay, way to go, Ibrahim.
Wow, it's a blessing.
It's always easier when y'all teach yourselves. Money follows rules. And I don't know why we think the planets follow ellipses, grass follows rules. Everything on earth follows rules except for money.
Just for Abraham said something that made sense.
Ken, then Jamal. Go ahead, Ken.
Well, he said something that made sense, and I'll share something that I learned from ATS. Let me just say I caught the gym. Of course, I've been in business a long time, but like I told somebody yesterday, I can learn from anybody because I'm coachable. I mean, I don't walk around thinking I know it all. I just try to apply it all. When I don't teach tithes, Antonio, I hear you talk about that a lot. Preferences. I teach cheerful giving. I've always paid more than a tithe anyway. My pastor told me one time that I wasn't tithing. I said, no, I'm still tithing and offering and got the proof to prove it. I just stopped putting my name on the envelope because I didn't want y'all to call my name over the pulpit like that. I said, but I opened up my Bible and I had 2 columns, an A column, grace for tithe, and a B column. Well, I spooked him and shocked him and tithe shocked him, Antonio, because I showed, look at the tithe column and look at the offering column. I said, don't they match? So when I put 6,000 in that tray for tithe, I also put another 6,000 in offering. I say, so please, sir, understand, I'm doing that unto him, not to you as the individual pastor. I'm doing it unto him as to the one. But I'll say this to say that even when that time period was done, or that method was done, and I'm not telling anybody not to do what you been taught at your local church or believe in. I'm just sharing you what I did. Nothing was lacking, nothing went unmissed. Everything was there. I tease them to this day. I say, y'all shouting on carpet you didn't pay for. You'll get that. But here's the deal. I had bought some stuff off the pallets because I buy stuff, pallet loads, and I sit on it. And I don't know, I was doing something in my garage with one of the guys who work with me. I said, man, I got a 55-inch Sony flat screen TV, brand new in the box. I said, I sold the other one because I forgot about that one, but I was moving something and behold, there it was. So I told him, I said, he said, man, I got somebody want to buy that. I said, give me $500 and take it. If you could sell it for more, that's up to you. So that's gone. But then I moved another pallet, Jerome, and I forgot I had bought those fancy headphones. I'm not a gamer like you, Antonio. I don't have time to play video games. That ain't what I do. But anyway, for those who do, I had those headsets. I bought those headphones. I think I paid like $6 each for them, Dr. Field, and I had 225 of them. And I told him, I said, man, I got a pallet of these things. I said, you just give me $20 for each one and you can sell them for however much you want to sell them. But I said, I need $20 from you. Wow. I said, do the math, $225 or whatever it is, they're sitting there. And so on one of my pallets, Grace, I found it was a chandelier, Susan, that was people put in their house in their foyer. And I looked it up on eBay, and that thing was worth about $700-800, and it was on my pallet. And I paid $450 for that particular pallet. And I've been getting calls about it, and I said, well, no, I'm a black Jew. That one don't move until I get that price I need. It's gonna sit there, brand new in the box, collecting dust. But I'm saying all this to say, because I hear you say, you said something a while back when you was talking about all the accounts that you had accumulated. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, I've got 9 accounts. And so I put money in those accounts for stuff like that, for overflow and for interest payout and stuff like that.
Right.
But I'm getting it from all angles, multiple streams, because I don't mind dipping and dabbing. And I said this to say, I don't mind releasing, because you can't get nothing with your hands closed. You got to release it. You got to be creative and find other methods of doing it. Yes, sir.
Right.
Ken, the thing is, you're a sincere dude, okay? The difference, what really surprised me is that I wasn't giving it out of sincerity. I knew he had money problems. I didn't go and offer anything. He showed up to my doorstep, emotionally blackmailed me. And here's another crazy thing. It wasn't even money for his like food and stuff. It was money for like phone bill and expenses like that. He needed it. So it didn't have to be something sincere just coming out of my heart and I'm this nice person. No, it was literally taken from me basically. And secondly, it wasn't even for him to put food in his mouth. And we have this idea of like, people who sincerely give out of the willingness, out of overflow, and all of that stuff, that works. But what's crazy is it really works like mathematical rules. It really works like physics. 2 + 2 is 4 every time. It doesn't matter how sincerely you add 2 + 2 or whether you're forced to add 2 + 2. Just the fact that the release always results in a return is what blew my mind. Of course, I sincerely give in places when I can afford to do so, not when I'm saving up for a second venture that I was talking about yesterday, Antonio, right? So it wasn't like I wasn't in charity mode that I'm in Ramadan, right? That's when we actually give like a whole year's worth of charity. It
the whole
makes
point
sense,
of
like,
Ramadan.
Yeah, and also right after Ramadan, I always see a boom in my business, but I always chalk it up. This was an instance where I really was talking to Maria, and we were just basically we were making fun of it because we knew that this isn't money that we're sincerely given out like we do in Ramadan. This was money that was basically emotionally blackmailed out of us, and we really weren't expecting a return on it. But it really does work like that. Like, just do it as an experiment. I'm telling everyone in the call, do it as an experiment. Just $5, $10. Give it begrudgingly. But once you do it, just pay attention to what happens to your income. Just as an experiment. I did my experiment, and now I'm just looking for ways to release more money.
There you go. There you go.
I totally agree with that. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to speak on that.
No, go ahead, Jamal. Go ahead, man. Got it.
I was just going to piggyback on that. I was going to say that, yeah, that's cool. And I agree with that, Give, because it's a scientific thing, right? So I was listening to Grant Cardone, and he says, and I know Grant Cardone is probably worth close to $1 billion. He said he doesn't even give his mama money. Right. He said he doesn't even give his mama money. She asked him for money, he didn't give it to her. When she asked him for money, he says, I got to go make it. Because he says he goes broke every single month. And he takes all the money he has and he invests it back in because that's what he does. He says you shouldn't be worried about saving the part. You should worry about how to get that investment to go out and come back, bring back to you tenfold, right? So that's what you have to do to go out and do that. So that's kind of the part of it. I think when we are scared to give money away or whatever, I think it's because we're not sounding the fact that and our ability to make that bag. Does that make sense? We
That's
don't think
exactly makes sense.
We're not like, believing that we can make that bag back. But if you have one that's making and generating, it's coming. He say, tell his mom, I got to go make it. I don't have it. I have to go make it. I'll give you the money, but I got to go make it and take that money out of that. I can't give it to you out of the nut. He said the nut doesn't go anywhere. The nut is what it is. Don't touch it. That goes towards the investment part 100%.
That's right. That's right. Me and Grant Cardone got the same financial principles.
Even metaphysically, what I mean is, like, when you're investing, it's not like the money that you invest is something that you sincerely are doing it for the good of the other person. Let's say you bought a house as an investment property. You still released money from your hand and it went into the hands of another human being. This isn't charity, this isn't donation, but you release the money. And then, of course, there's a very logical return on it that you can calculate. But even when you're giving it to someone, the same principle does apply.
Same principle.
It doesn't have to be like a donation to a person who would die if they didn't get it money. It's just the principle. Once money goes out of your hand, and that's why most big earners are also big spenders. That's my entire point, is that it doesn't have to be charity. You just got to release money and just make sure it goes into others' hands. It could be as charity, it could be as an investment. but just don't be the person who just holds on to it. You're buying investment properties, cool.
Can't make money
You're
that way.
giving it to your uncle who emotionally blackmailed you, cool. It will come back to you though. You just got to have that faith and confidence.
That's right. That's 100%. Ken's right. Ibrahim's right. Jamal's right. And then their follow-ups were all right. And they're saying the same thing on not even 2 different inspections. There was actually 3. There was a triangle of perspectives there. There's a triangle. And let me tell you, first off, I like this term, emotionally blackmail. I never heard that before. That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. That was a great term. Never heard it before. Great term. Secondly, money follows rules. And if you're saying to yourself, well, Antonio, no, it doesn't. The second thing I was going to tell you when I told you, the first thing is you don't have no faith. Second thing is seeds don't grow in hands. They grow in the ground. There's no apple trees ever came from a hand. It's never happened. So what you need to understand is the people in power understand what I'm talking about. And they understand it without any resistance. Because we could have called money anything, Grace. The official term for money is currency. Somebody, the elite, understands that money is energy. Money is not a spiritual practice. That's your problem. You make money a spiritual practice. Donald Trump, Barack Obama, 2 different people, 2 different principles, both got money. The mob boss and the pastor of 13 churches both got money. It doesn't matter. Like, it literally doesn't matter, because money is not a spiritual practice. Money is a character issue, like I tell you. It's your character issues and your spiritual practices that stop you from getting money. You're never going to make money with it still, because money, you can't keep currency doing nothing. Right now, today is game 6 of the Golden State Warriors, Boston Celtics.
Ooh-wee.
Oh.
And there's a lot of currency out there. Who gonna win? Who gonna this? Everybody has an opinion. And I don't care how much they say, oh, this was a low rate and anybody watching. It's so much energy about this game that energy matches other currencies. And all I got to do is attach the currency of what I'm doing to the Golden State Warriors, Boston Celtics game, and money will pop out. If I know money is going to 61st Street, and I know the elite, whoever that may be, has locked down 61st Street, and there's no way, Arshia, I'm going to get to 61st Street, because there's old money. You got to be on the board. You got to be in the, what you call it, Susan, the Chamber of Commerce. I got it. You got to be in the Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, you have to be in all those things. You know what? I can't get on 61st Street with my business. But what I can do is go hold a sign on 61st Street with an arrow pointing down to 57th Street and say, Boudin balls, hot and fresh, 4 blocks away. Shaved ice cream, or shaved ice, because it's hot outside. I'm assuming we in Texas. I'm assuming we in Texas. We want Boudin balls and something cold to put in our mouth because it's hot outside. And the deal is, all I'm doing is tapping into that currency on 61st Street and redirecting it to my brand. Man, I think y'all missing this. I can't create currency. I only need to tap into it and point it my way. Yeah, make money. You're making money too hard.
Say it again. You cannot create currency.
No, energy can never be created, can never be destroyed. But y'all out here trying to create.
You said you can only tap into it.
I can only tap into it and point it my way.
There you go. Thank you.
Yes. If your city, in this case, Galveston, Texas, spends $25 million a weekend from, is it March to October, Grace? Or June? No, it's March to October because spring break. From March to October, it totals $25 billion. We know it. They have it's public. They got a first Tuesday of the month, Susan, every month. They talk about it. You know, they let the city come in and talk about it. Well, they let the citizens come in, but nobody ever goes but Phil. You know, just Phil and Otis, the only two men in there. You know, those type of men to be in that meeting. You know, in the little old building that used to be a club way back in the 70s, but now it's a meeting hall for the Tuesday. Like this is like almost every city. Okay, that first Tuesday of the month meeting, and they talk about it every time. So we know $25 billion is going to happen from March to October in Galveston, Texas, because it's an island and it's just got one strip. And the truth is, when I said 61st Street, Grace, where is 61st Street at?
On the strip.
On the strip. Like it's a real example. And I'm telling you, it's $25 billion. Margie, I can't create $25 billion. And I don't have to. They did. All I need to do, Margie, is hold my sign and say, boudin balls that way. And what we do is we hold the sign somewhere where the currency is not. Go where the currency is and say, listen, I know y'all 25 billion. I know you going that way, but I'm gonna hold up this sign for just a few people that like boudin balls. I have no idea why I'm thinking about boudin balls. Maybe it's because I've been fasting too long. Boudin balls with the cheese in it. Might as well give me the cheese in it. Nah.
Ooh, I missed the kitchen. Good, keep going, man.
Yes. And come on my way. Don't.
And I used to go to Galveston just to ride jet skis, and now you can rent a golf cart.
Now you can rent a golf cart. You can rent a golf cart to the jet ski place. Yeah, listen, let's jump on Ibrahim now. Well, we won't jump on him. He might suffocate because we're kind of heavy. But let's jump on his topic. He's right. It's just a principle. Why? You can sum down everything Ibrahim said to the third law of motion. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction. The moment he gave money, the opposite and equal reaction of receiving money was activated. Oh my God. Y'all believe that about everything else. And if you be honest with yourself, most of you, if you got money problems, then everybody who got money problems, you believe in the laws of physics until they get to money. Go ahead, Phil.
Off subject and maybe not off subject. Would you repeat the raffle opportunity?
Yes.
And then number two, will you share with us what was behind your thinking in creating it?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I'll start with number two first, so I can frame your thinking about the content of the raffle. My idea was twofold. I wanted to bless someone in the community and kind of accelerate their careers. And of course, that whole process, whoever gets to write the book with me and all the other stuff that I'm going to say here in a second, I had to serve them the whole way. And I'm looking for major blessings in 2023. So I want to be a major blessing to one starfish that's on the shore that hasn't been thrown back yet. I want to be that major blessing. So that was my thought process. But then as I was thinking about it, I was like, well, I don't need this money because it's just gonna be like $4,000 or something. So what can I do with the money? And I thought about giving somewhere and all this stuff. And I said, you know what? To really be cool and to really force a point and really change the culture of ATS is I make all the money 100% donatable back to someone else in the community. So now I'm blessing two people. Now I'm picking somebody up, and then I'm going to pick somebody out and say, here's this money, do something smart with it. So that was my thought process behind the matter. The Grace, if you can repaste it, if you probably haven't, there's a link there. It's $1 a ticket, 100% completely random, and you're going to be chose. And what I'm going to do is you're going to co-author a book with me. We're going to have a limited podcast and a limited TV show and all sorts of marketing. You're going to borrow my marketing. Push yourself out there. My average book sells 10,000 copies. So you're gonna do well. And I think we all know I have no intentions on keeping the proceeds of the book. So those are your royalties. I forgot to mention that. God's been good to me. I don't need the proceeds of the book. I always give them to Deanna anyway. So that'll go to whoever the author is, whatever y'all split between you and Deanna, whoever publishes the book. You're going to get to go on a book tour because we will. And I said limited podcast, limited TV show. And then, 100% proceeds of the thing goes back to somebody else. That's the raffle. It's $1 a ticket. You can buy as many tickets as you want. I will tell you that it's completely random, but I was very upfront. It is also weighted and random. The more tickets you buy, the more likely you win. And I don't mean in law of numbers. I mean like Roman government. You're going to be set upon a different pile, and that pile will be drawn from. So there it is. That's the reason. That's the content. And I'll start off with the reason I want to be a blessing of the community. Because remember, I got my own goals in 2023. And all I'm doing is just trying to figure out clever ways to take your money and give it back to you, because you don't know what to do with your money. I do.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you, Phil. Yeah, thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil. Have me repeat that. Every time you give, you activate receive. It just is what it is. It's not up for discussion. But the problem is, Margin, we do this. God is good, ain't Jerome? Jerome, God is real good, right? And all that stuff y'all say. Until money. God is just until money. God is quick until money. And all them scriptures y'all say do not apply to y'all money. For some reason, they hoodwinked us. When it gets to money, you got a different set of beliefs when it comes to money and how you interact with it. Money is scientific. And I'm telling you, you can get the Quran out your money, no offense. You can get the Bible or the Torah out your money, no offense, and any other sacred text out your money, no offense. Why? Because these sacred texts were only telling you the laws of money. Oh, shucks.
You're right.
The sacred texts were only talking about the laws that were already here. Not, hey, here's the sacred text. We invented money. If none of that helps you out, the Quran, the Bible, the Torah, and most sacred texts that came out not in 1990 or the 1900s with a golden tablet, most sacred texts were invented before the American Department of Treasury. Just so you know. Just so you know that when you apply your American Department of Treasury, your British Department of Treasury ideas inside your sacred text, that's wrong. Because the text came first, not your government.
Do what you do. Do what you do. Do what you do. Make it clear.
Just trying to tell you. I just try to tell you what it is, okay? Currency. Must have currency and a stream of currency. And then Damali just said on YouTube, 61st is what a Waffle House is. And the Waffle House is right in the flow of all the money of Galveston, Texas.
He is right.
I don't even think they clean the Waffle House. It still make money. It still make money.
I just want to say this in this space real quick. Do you know how as children, we will be running through the halls or running wherever in the house, and our parents say, stop running before you fall. You'll hurt yourself. And sometimes you have something in your hand or you have something on and it gets hooked on something either a nail or a hook or the doorknob you trying to run out, and you constantly trying to pull on that because you think that it's going to give way, but you have to stop, look at what you are hooked on, release that, and then you can move. That's exactly how this is, because sometimes
that was good.
That's why I say repetition is important, because that's how we learn. It doesn't matter how often you have heard it. It matters if you're catching it, because if you're saying it and nobody's catching it, then what good is it? Even if you're here in the classroom and you're not catching it, what you're saying is not going to work. So it takes for you to be unhooked. And then you can move forward. And it could be something so very small. So I just wanted to say that, because with you doing that, it definitely releases stuff for Sandra.
Well, no, I'm glad you said that, because I want you're about to make me, I'm finna walk a little hard right here. If you don't catch it, that's my fault. That means I'm up here showing off, using big words. In the Greek, it literally means, and all that stuff. If you don't catch it, I'm taking something complex and I'm not making it simple. If you don't receive it, that's your fault.
You're right.
If you don't catch it, that's the teacher's fault. I didn't repeat, didn't tell a story, didn't do something. I talked too fast, talked too slow, wasn't clear, had a fog in my head, a mist in my head, so it's a fog in you, whatever. But if you don't receive it, that's your fault. And I know I'm breaking this down in simplicity. And it's been 42 classes and I have yet to repeat information.
Right. I'm sorry, but not sorry.
Okay.
Because I belong here. This is where I know I belong, because I've already been told, I've been shown. So to say this in this space again, one of the things that I have learned since I've been here, a year and some, y'all, I'm so proud of me. I stuck to it, you heard me. Okay. But the thing about being stuck in one space and having something hook you to keep you, even though you're doing everything that you think is right. One of the things, like you said, you have to be able to receive. So many things are hooked on not receiving. One of the things that keeps us from receiving is like what's brought up in so many different sessions, and that is not just checking your harvest, but checking your attitude, because your attitude is directly linked to receiving. Sometimes when you receive and you receive in part, then you need the rest of what is being said.
Fair enough.
So that means that you have to go over it again. For me, I constantly listen, like I was telling you before. I have to listen over and over again, because I know that there's something that is missing, that is not working like it used to work. However, I continuously do that. It's just like us eating every day.
Fair enough.
Even drinking water. It is a must to drink water. So one of the things that have to be checked is a constant realignment of attitude to be able to receive what you are saying. And I constantly go over that with myself, because if I think, just like you said before, if I think I know what you're going to say and then you switch it and say something else, I'd be like, wait a minute, I gotta wait. I thought he was going to say. So there end, I have to fix that too within myself. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because the importance is being able to receive. And if you are either thinking you already heard this, then that's the wrong attitude. If you're thinking that you don't need this part, it's not concerning you, then that's the wrong attitude. The only attitude that fits for Sandra, I'm just talking for me. The only thing that fits for Sandra is to come with a grateful attitude, which opens my receiving, regardless of how often I have done it. Does that make sense? Just
That
like
makes plenty of
yesterday,
sense.
being able to speak to y'all about my Cash App. Now, I've been having trouble with it, trying to fix it since the time that y'all tried to use it and it was broke. So I've been trying to figure out what to do since then. So now if I'm holding on to what I'm having a problem with, then I won't get an answer. So to be able to release it, I have to be grateful that y'all are here to assist me with that problem. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So then
Absolutely.
be able to give it to you and get the answer and having a grateful attitude. So being grateful fixes a lot of things. I just wanted to say that because you get stuck and you might not know that you're stuck or what's making you be stuck, but a lot of times it's the attitude, and it doesn't have to be.
I know what make y'all stuck.
You know what I mean?
Y'all stuck because you suck. That's why you're stuck.
Yeah. Well, I do a little bit. But I thank you for going over stuff so that I can catch it.
I thank you. I thank you for telling them. Gratitude is important. In fact, let me. I'm going to go to the Bible and Quran here. I've made sure because I talked in multiple circles. I made sure I remembered 3 different sacred texts on this particular issue. But I'll just bring up the Bible and Quran. Backing up what she said, Grace. She said Jesus said, "Listen, there's 3 type of folk out there. One, as soon as God start throwing seeds out there, whoa, they rocky. Birds come eat them up real quick. The other ones, they real shallow. They have the illusion of being great. So they sprout real quick, but their roots ain't strong enough. So the sun just beat them on up and they wither and die. Wait. And there's a few of you folk out there got fertile soil. And every time God throws some seeds, you turn your soil to the seeds and you grow well. And I love it. That's what it says. The Quran says something very different. I mean, it's phrased something very similar. I'm going to try to quote it, but I'm probably going to mess it up. Then after your hearts were hardened and became as the stones and even worse than the hardness. And indeed, there are stones out which rivers gush forth. And indeed, there are stones that some which are split asunder and waters flow from them. And indeed, there are stones in which some fall down and fear Allah, and all is not, and Allah is not unaware of what you do, saying the same thing. In this case, Allah is saying, your heart is like stones. Some of y'all rocky. You just you turn away. Some of you, okay, and some of you literally gush forth, trying to receive the blessings of Allah. Here's the deal.
I don't know the Quran, but it don't sound like you messed that up, sir. Okay, I just
I was going from memory. It's going from memory. I forget where it's at. I know it's in chapter 2. I forget what verse. But here's the deal: you have to find yourself somewhere to where you're receiving. So I posted a question out there already. What's the most reliable way to pay off debt? Grace, get ready. Tell you what's the most, I'm sorry, this is me, fake question for answers. And Tony, could you tell me the most reliable way to pay debt? Yeah, with other people's money. Did I do a thing there?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, because the Bible, look, the Bible had already answered it on YouTube. Right? The Bible had already answered it on YouTube. Exactly. Antonio, how can I improve my credit rating? Don't improve your credit rating. Pay somebody else to do it, and you improve your ability to earn. I see these are fake questions that I wish y'all asked me, so I give you real answers. Should you improve your credit rating? Sure, you should, Frida. The problem is I don't trust you with your money. What you're gonna do with your credit rating is actually pay it. Why? There are laws out there that let you not pay it. See, again, thank God for Republicans. There are laws out there that let you not pay it. The goal is to pay Ken, not credit. Pay somebody else to know the law. You pay yourself to increase your ability to earn. See, I already went against everybody grain. Go ahead, Grace. You were saying something.
I just wanted you to repeat what you just said. You said pay someone who know the laws and pay yourself to.
And pay yourself to so you can increase your ability to earn.
Thank you.
Antonio, but my credit is important. It is. That don't mean you need to sacrifice all your money to make it important. Sacrifice a portion, $200 a month. Let that person work hard for you. Because once you get somebody $200 a month, they're your slave. Huh? No. If you give somebody $200 a month, did you just buy a labor force?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let them work. You work on increasing your ability to earn. All right, so they're gonna say, Susan, they're gonna say, well, I don't agree with that, Antonio. Okay, then well, Bob Proctor, great Senate master, said, I don't care if you thinking about debt. If you keep thinking about debt, the only thing you're gonna do is get in debt. Whether it's get out of debt or get in debt.
I don't care if it's get in it or get out of it. You're gonna get more debt.
So if you try to fix your credit, you're trying to fix your debt problem. Credit is a numerical formula for how you manage debt. Get out of it. Stop. Pay somebody else to focus on your debt. You focus on your ability to increase money and earn. Antonio, how much of my income should go towards my housing? Two answers there, Grace. How much of my income should go towards my housing? Well, my answer is 0. Go back and live with your mama. Increase your ability to earn. Keep 100% of your income. Swallow your pride. And then go get more money. You ain't like that one though, especially if you're black. You know, you like your own space when you're black. You know how we are. Phil, I don't know if you know this, but if you go to a black church, it'd be 50 cars. You say, woo, it's packed in here. No, it ain't. It's 50 people in there. 50 people, because every black person said, nope, when I'm ready to go. On,
that's it. I'm ready to go.
That is in our culture. I don't know where we get it from, but that is in our culture. And so we don't want to live together. You understand? We don't want to live together the night off. And my first answer to you is, I hope your housing experiences is 0. Go live with somebody else and save money, increase your ability to earn, then go ahead and you get your dream home. Now, I sound like Paul when Paul said, I hope none of y'all get married. Just all y'all stay single. All y'all stay single. Well, obviously, there's a flaw in that plan. The second one is no more than 70% when you're first starting off, no more than 50% when you're getting better, no more than 40% when you get a little better than better, and no more than 25% when you're doing well. I got you, Grace. No, when you're first starting off, no more than 70%. After that, no more than 60%. It's just, increment levels as you get better. After that, no more than 40%. Skip 50, you don't need it. And then when you get really good, when your money is really flowing in, no more than 25%. Antonio, where are you drawing these numbers from? Glad you asked. You got the numbers down, Grace? Post them so when I explain them, they need to see them. And I'll post it in YouTube as well.
Okay.
Yeah, they need to see them. 10, 10, 10, 70, richest man in Babylon. So I'm drawing that first one from. Good job. Did y'all get it? Do you need me to repeat? I can repeat it again, Grace. Some of them visual. I'm about to explain where it come from. And some of them visual learners, so they need to see it. And so we're going to wait until it's there. Take your time. Take your time. I don't mean it in a bad way. You're already doing double duty, double work. You're doing well. You're doing well. Deanna's at a doctor's appointment, y'all. That's why y'all don't see her. You're doing well. Doing well. Arshia, you look good with your Afro puffs and your pigtails. Was that what you call it?
Thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
I have no idea what you call it. Okay, I only know what I know. I know taper fades and ball fades, and locks. I only know what I know. There you go. So Grace just posted out right there. I'm going to put this in the YouTube chat as well because Damali is on it for sure. Damali is on it. I'm looking at it right now. Here's what this means. Where am I getting it from? 10, 10, 10, 70. Richest man in Babylon. Where I get the 60 from? My own personal experience. As soon as I said, man, okay, I got this down, let me kind of just pull back a little bit because I'm making more money and I refuse to move and spend that money. So now I got 10% extra. What should I do with that 10% extra, Antonio? I just went on ahead and put it in Acorns and Betterment. That's what I did. And that dropped me down to 60%. Skip 50 because ain't no sense in you trying to be average. Go straight to 40%. Why are you going to 40%? Because as you get well, the rich start living off of 40% of their income, but you can't do that yet. So 40% of your income needs to go to housing. And then as you keep going down, 25% of your housing needs to be 25% of your income needs to be housing. There you go. Did I say that right? Yes, I did say it right. Where am I getting this from? Two places. The super wealthy live off of 40% of their income, invest 60%. Also, if you buy a real estate property, single family home, something like that, it doesn't matter actually. Very important, CEOs. The government won't your house or property, the land in which the property sits upon, cannot be worth more than 25% of the total cost. That's where I'm drawing this number from. This means if Phil has $1 million house, it means the land cannot exceed $250,000. Even in real estate, there's a mathematical formula that says you better not have your land be more than 25% of your house value. Why? Well, besides a common sense factor, it causes major problems in real estate, and it'll make the people who sell the land greater than the people who's doing the construction. So we don't want that problem. But it's keeping everything topside. Allow me to explain. Imagine if you CEOs, your salary was 25% or less. Can I push it further, Grace? Can I push it further, Dr. Ken? Imagine if your pastor's salary was 25% or less than the tithes and offering that came in. Imagine if Congress followed those same rules, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Here's what I'm saying. There are rules to money. And the last thing you want to do is be 75% upside down in debt. When you get real good, if your house is $323 million and you're not making $323 billion, you shouldn't have bought that house. It's actually not 323 billion, it's actually 3 billion, but you get the point. Cool. Outstanding. Longer answer there because, someone, Damani asks, how can someone like me get to the point where I have a permanent life insurance policy and family bank? What comes before that? What fundamentals should be in place? Very good question. Dang. That's a very good question. I'm not stumped in the answer. I'm stumped in how much I want to tell y'all. I have to tell you about the Jewish household. And I'm trying not to.
Can you ask a question one more time?
No, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll copy and paste it from YouTube and bring it over. I'm going to say something about the Jewish household, and it's not going to be anti-Semitic at all. It's actually, we should be like them. When a Jewish father dies, the children immediately inherit $1 million.
Like each or total?
Each. Wow. Each. I'm so Sad that you died, pop, pop. But thank God you died, pop, pop. It's easier to deal with the patriarch's death when the patriarch is still with you a million times.
Talk, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And what they've done, Damali, is their insurance policies. You can actually look this up. You can look it up on YouTube, or you can go. It's just they've got their insurance policies set not to bury them, but to leave $1 million startup for their children to keep the legacy going. Okay, I'll push that further. How many Jewish people that practice actively Judaism have y'all seen start a GoFundMe page, Kickstarter? No.
None.
None. Have you ran into one in the bank? I don't even think I processed that information. Have you run into a rabbi in Bank of America? Regions. They bank at a different bank or at different banks because Damali, this you do. So when I took that deep breath and pause, I was like, man, I don't know how much I want to say. Because it doesn't matter how much power you got, Adonia. If you take all your power and put it in a bank that is not behind your community, you ain't got no damn power. Otis, this is where I get in trouble.
Yeah. I'm only saying that, Antonio, because the section of Philadelphia that I grew up in was all Jewish. I grew up in Winfield. I grew up on the main line. And I know all what you said, how they roll.
You understand. You can be Jewish in America, 35 years old, cannot speak English, and be multi-millions. Do you understand how powerful that is? That you do not have to understand the the language that the money is traded in, and still be more wealthy than everybody who understands the language that the money is traded in. And everything I'm saying, I'm being very, 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 the mere fact that I have to tell you I'm being very, very pro-Semitic tells you how powerful the Jewish community is. I just want you to think about your life insurance policy a little bit different, Damali. I don't want you to think about permanent life insurance policy to where you bury yourself or just supply the needs or make sure everybody's okay. Nope. I want you to think about the policy that when you die, all four, I think she got four, maybe three of your kids get $1 million. I owe you the integrity to answer to you the question in the way that I know that there's another part of the world doing this. And it's not just Jews, but Jews is where I learned that from. Is that fair to y'all? Okay, that's where I learned that from. That's where I learned that from. Do that. Now, the second part of the question is, so what steps do I need to take to get to that point? Well, and step one, increase your ability to earn. Step two, take all those earnings and make it passive. Step three, increase your ability to earn. Step four, take that into more passive. Step five, repeat 1, 2, 3, and 4 until complete. That's how you do that. Increasing your ability to earn is a good thing, but if you have to increase your ability to earn and you're there, You won't fit in alignment with her question. All 4 kids and my godchildren. Okay, well, then there you go. That is the plan. 1 million each, death benefit, cash flowing in the real estate in their names. There you go. Then, so we are in alignment. And Talisha threw a heart eyes out there with the faces. She now has a full plan for her daughter. There you go. Was that helpful to y'all?
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Molly.
Yeah, I wanted to be careful with that because I do not fear anybody, and I wasn't worried about saying anything anti-Semitic because my degrees are in Jewish tradition and Jewish culture. I have a whole master's degree just in falling in love with Judaism and Jewish culture. I'm obviously a Jewish ally. However, I had to be careful there because I'm just talking to Jerome. Jerome makes me feel comfortable.
Because Antonio,
mm-hmm.
There is an if and but disconnect. People like you think if they are doing this, that means we should do the same thing.
That's my problem.
But the most lower income class people don't think like that. They say, if billionaires are doing this, we should just go rob them. They're the enemy. So so the Jewish community is very protective of that if coverage,
Yep.
If you explain that, hey, Jewish people like to trade among themselves, they like to support each other, they go on high alert because in the past, repeatedly, people have drawn wrong conclusions from the fact that they trade within their community. Hitler didn't go like, the Jewish people trade in their community, so should Anglo-Germanic people also trade in their community. He didn't go like that. He said, they trade in their own community, let's go and make their community poor and actually just completely erase them. So
that still happens today.
Yeah. So the Jewish community is just really protective of anyone pointing out the fact that they like to trade within themselves, like to support each other, because they know that a lot of people draw the wrong conclusions from it. But as long as you're drawing the right conclusion that, hey, the Black community should also support each other the same way, it's a positive conclusion, but you still have to, step on eggshells painting that picture.
Man. And that's why I got
Antonio.
Yes, sir. Abraham was right the whole time.
Wait a minute.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. The Black people did try that.
That is true.
Backtrack to Rosewood, Florida, and they turned it around. It's true.
That is true. That's 100% true. But that's what he said.
Black Wall Street as well. Back when there was
Wall Street.
Yeah.
Yep. Black Wall Street. Oklahoma. But Abraham said it in there.
Actually, Antonio, mm-hmm. This is really, really, really good.
Yeah, this is good.
Because I'll point this out. Now, imagine if the Tulsa thing happened, right? And then the Black community recovered from it, became affluent once again, and then some white person was talking about how Black people like to do business within themselves. You'd be like, wait, is this going to be the Black Wall Street massacre again? Because they're pointing out the same thing that people back then pointed out.
Yep.
So, so you would be a lot more touchy about anyone pointing it out, even if they were just pointing it out to say, hey, look, Black people do business among themselves. We Pakistanis, we brown people should also do it. You'd still be like, wait, what are they saying? Yeah.
Well, yeah, because last time we talked about it, we got blew up, right? So yeah, it'd be very touchy about it for sure.
The oppressor always goes after the person that's working in their own circle.
But
try
there's
harder.
Well, yeah, because that's the way.
And the little book pages or whatever that was.
No, of course you're right, because war is expensive. So why would I kill the infrastructure that I want? I could just kill the warrior tribe and let y'all fight each other and then move in. That's the point. The point is not to go to war and spend all my money. The point is to make you go to war with yourself and take your money and then convince you to get more money by getting my money, which is the second part of what made me uncomfortable. And then I'm going to answer Amanda's question. I know she answered, but I have a millionaire answer for her. This makes me very uncomfortable to say to y'all. It wouldn't. If I was with the Nation of Islam right now, I would say it with a heartbeat. Wouldn't have a problem. I'd just say it. I'd just say it with no problem. But since I'm not with the Nation, I'll say it to y'all. Will keep you cash rich and asset poor. Allow me to explain. I'm talking about this the same. I'll let you draw the connection to what I'm saying. The goal is to keep our Shia cash rich, asset poor. There's a community that does this every day, and it's been duplicated now, but we're going to talk about the community that owns the music industry. Our Shia wants to be a music star. Our Shia take this $250,000 advance. It's my asset, but your cash, because you got to pay that back. And our Shia goes out and she makes a little money on the album, but it ain't enough because I own the album, which is an asset, and her masters, which is the asset, and the manufacturer, which is the asset. But I give her just enough cash. So then what she has to do, Ibrahim, she got to go on tour. U2 is still on tour. Today, I'm sure you can book a U2 concert right now. They're still on tour. Because you make your money doing tours, because that's not my asset to control. That's someone else's. And now our Shia stays on tour. And what she does, Susan, is she makes $27 a ticket. John Oliver gave a really good journalism report on Ticketmaster that explains this incredibly well.
Hey, Antonio, I just sent the link in Zoom. Can you share the screen and play that? I think that will be insightful because it's exactly what you're talking about in terms of music.
Good. I sure will. No, I sure will. I sure will. I sure will. And
John, हमने ये पूरा cover करना है. ठीक है.
So what happens here, everybody? Grace, see if you can fix that. Diana, Grace. All right, so I got the video pulled up.
G8.
There we go. Okay, Grace, our Shia got her money, but now our Shia wises up, Susan. And this is what she says. Well, wait a minute. I wanna be wealthy now. I say, that shit, no problem. No problem. I got you in the mansion. It's the company mansion. Just buy it from me. But wait, I don't have enough money. Well, you do if you sell all that jewelry. If you sell everything that makes you look rich and give me all your cash, I'll give you the asset, but you're not going to have no cash flow. So now you got to go out and go back on tour to pay for something that you can't afford, but you won't look like what you looked like last year on tour. Asset rich, cash poor. That's the game. That is an insider secret. And I'm telling you that there's nobody here that's going to say, I disagree with that, because you've seen it. You've seen it happen. Because the Bank of America is doing it to you. They say, hey, Antonio, take this $350,000 house. But you don't own it, though. When you pay it off, you own it. Hey, GMC, take this $30,000 car, Antonio, but you don't own it, though. We're not giving you the title. We're not giving you the title until you own it. But I want to own my car. But Antonio, I tell you what, we got the asset. Give us all your cash. You see it every day. Let's play this video real quick. Well, we'll play a good chunk of it. This is very good. I'm glad that y'all got to hear that.
Nothing says you made it quite like a record deal.
What do you say, fellas? You want to go make a record?
Record label deals were the holy grail for musicians. It was the key to their fame and fortune. But over the decades, record deals have turned into something sinister. On the surface, all the public sees is the money, the fame, the cars, the jewelry, but on the inside, the industry is something completely different. Sophisticated contracts are designed to suck all the money out of an artist, while they slave away as debt slaves to the label. And for good reason. If you want to screw people over, you're gonna want to pick the most naive, unsophisticated victims that can't fight back. And let's face it, most artists dedicate their lives to the pursuit of music, which means they're probably poor.
You got a 6'4"? I don't have a car.
And probably not very educated. And on top of that, they have that idealistic drive to spread their art, impact their fans, get rich and famous to prove all their haters wrong, which means while you're screwing them over, they're gonna work harder than ever for you. And the best part, thanks to the celebrity culture in America, there is an endless supply of them.
But no more if you let me inside your world.
So let's learn the art of enslaving artists.
Damn, me. Who work for who?
Absolutely. So the status quo here is artists have been getting screwed since the beginning of time. Where's the value going? It's going into the pockets of the rights holders, and they write these contracts that are so convoluted that they essentially strip away every last piece of value, and everybody's getting paid except the artist. The artist gets paid last and they get paid the least.
The music industry it is a joke.
They got into ownership equity deals with the streaming services. In an arrangement for them to have an equity position, they agreed to very low rates for the artist's music.
One band that we're in is going to make us all this money and be our sole source of income. I think that's gone.
Every band needs to really pay attention to what their record contract.
Still don't get paid for anything we do, and we travel around town to town hoping for scraps of food and
shit. The music business plays this Jedi mind trick on you where the whole thing's set up to be rapacious and take advantage of your weakness.
That's crazy good. Thank you, Ibrahim, for that. Somebody needed to see it. Yes, I'm gonna post that link out there. Yeah. I'm gonna post that link out there. That's the game, but it's not just in the music. It's everywhere. Everywhere. Let me check on Damali real quick.
Antonio, it's in professional sports.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's in professional sports for sure. For sure. Let's see. Every Black people achieved this year their business and homes will destroy. Okay, yeah, you're absolutely right. So I want you to just want you to process this information and we get ready. Actually, I'm gonna do two things. Let me do two things. Antonio, how will I manage my finances with members of my household? My. How will I manage my finances with members of my household? I have a lot of answers here, Susan, and none of them are respectable. So I will give you the respectable answer that surpasses all of them because it's the most true. Adonia is a Dixon. Adonia needs to understand that her last name is Dixon. That's not her last name, that's her corporation. So if Antonio Cartwright tries to pursue Adonia, she needs to look at the Cartwright Corporation, don't she? Did you see what I did? Y'all out here looking at teeth, seeing how you can reproduce. If my baby gonna have a gap, you better look at the Cartwright Corporation.
Wow.
What has Antonio Cartwright Corporation done? And does it match the Dixon Corporation and all of our accomplishments? Did you hear me?
Oh my goodness.
This is important.
Can you say that again? I'm trying to put that in notes.
What has the
You don't need to say that again.
Yeah. Adonia said makes so much sense, all caps. The Adonia Dixon Corporation has done plenty, Grace. is the Antonio Cartwright Corporation doing anything? And if it does, is it matching what Adonia has already accomplished? Jerome, I'm walking way too hard today.
My
way
God.
too hard. Way too
Antonio
hard.
Smith, you can't play it back.
Yeah, this is important. My baby gonna be. I want my baby light skinned with green eyes. You better look
drop
at
the
the
mic.
corporation. Yeah, look at that corporation. Now, forget all them features. Listen, be paying attention to that corporation.
I got it now.
Antonio?
Yes.
I got it now.
Yes, sir.
Antonio,
Yes, sir.
I've been married 42 years.
Mm-hmm.
When I married my wife, I was bringing home $400 a month because I was on unemployment.
Right.
She was bringing in $1,400 a month after taxes.
Look at that.
And 6 months after she met me, she married me.
Look at that.
And I always said to myself, why would she marry me? Because if you looked at my financial assets, they didn't compare to her. Now, I wasn't no dirtbag or anything like that. But what I realized was she was smart enough to recognize what I brought to the table, even though I didn't have it in my hand.
Right.
And then she saw over the years that she had made the right decision and married the right man. And in 1993, and in 1993, she said to me, I don't want to work no more. And I said to her, don't. And she hasn't worked a day since. And we doing just fine.
I know that's right.
See,
she looked at the Red Corporation, Jerome Red, and said, "This is a good startup company. I think in a few years it's gonna pay off."
Got it. So Mary Evans looked at Essie Sandals Corporation and said, "Don't mess up my penmanship." I got it.
You understand?
Okay.
I'm trying to get y'all to think about this, and I know this is new information to most of you because you ain't taught this. First off, most of you women taught to smell good, be pretty, and wait for a man to come pick you of all the women around you. That's what you. I don't agree with this. I'm telling you, that's what's taught. I'm not chauvinistic, but we teach women be quiet, be pretty, stand there, smell good, and stand out. And hopefully one day you'll qualify for some man to pick you. That's what we teach. We still teach that today. We still teach that today. I'm not telling you those are my thoughts. I'm telling you, if you don't think we teach that today, run yourself to a religious organization and wait. You will hear it. You will hear it within 30 minutes. You will hear it. No disrespect. I'm just telling you what it is. So I want you to look at Adonia Dixon, not as some pretty woman that wears accessories. She is. But you got to look at that last name. And I have to ask, or Antonio Cartwright has to ask, do I want her corporation joining with mine? Because this is a merger. And all mergers are acquisitions. That means takeovers. Even if they're mutual mergers, somebody getting fired. Anybody that does real business will tell you every single merger on planet Earth is also an acquisition, no matter how much they try to say. Like the Xbox conference this time said Xbox and Bethesda. Yeah. 5 years from now, that Bethesda won't be there. It's just gonna say Xbox. Remember, it said Sprint together with Nextel. It don't say that no more, huh? It just says Sprint. So all mergers are acquisitions.
You better make it make sense to me, man.
At the moment Antonio Cartwright merges with Adonia Dixon, one of them getting fired. Or both. This is what I mean by that. Adonia can't act the way she acted single. You got a whole husband now.
That's right.
Antonio Cartwright can't be all flirty like he was being. You got a whole wife now. You understand what I'm saying? There's a merger happening, so there's an acquisition. And you need to look at the accomplishments of the Baynards. Do you hear me? I'm telling you what we do. We all know what we do. Ooh, we gonna have cute babies. Y'all say that all the y'all say it so much you get on my nerves. How about we gonna have cute investment accounts?
Watch it, sir. Yes.
we gonna have cute book covers that we co-authored.
We gonna have offshore account.
You get it. Currently, I told you like 5 years ago that the goal is to make sure your favorite restaurant is not in the country in which you live. My favorite restaurant is not in America. I did what I said I was going to do. It's not in America. Pay attention. Pay close attention to the end. So how do I handle the members of my household? Here's the deal. I want to answer that question, Stradivari. If it was just me and you here, I'd say, bro, that's your damn problem.
Nah. Just answer the question. Don't even try. I am here. Don't even try. Answer the question.
I want to know.
There is no. You can't, because you got what you got. I'm trying to teach you how to pick better. I can't fix what you already created. I can assure you there's no possible way on planet Earth Susan is changing Phil. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He's been Phil for a long time. And by my mathematical calculations, he's been Phil with her for a long time. So the odds of Phil changing tomorrow are slim. Ain't nobody changing. She just happened to pick well. The Sorrentino Corporation was doing well. Thank God for her mama being impressed, so she could see wouldn't go pay attention if that wasn't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like you think about these things. I can't change your household. You're probably screwed. So if you are screwed, let's address that. What you do is simple. Do not change the financial habits of the person in your household. Don't do that. It's not going to work. It's going to create massive upheaval. All you do is change yourself. Hopefully they will change later, but that's irrelevant. You create an asset to handle their ignorance. I know Antonio Cartwright is going to blow through $1,000.
You say create an asset to handle their ignorance?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
My. Don't get no plainer than that, do
it.
Say it
again. I know Monique got a shopping habit. Here's a rental apartment that takes care of her, or a rental house that takes care of her shopping habit. At least them folk is paying for her ignorance. It ain't gonna be me no more. Now, because when you give somebody what they want, they're isolated in what they want. They're not bothering you no more. Now you can have the love and all that stuff, because the love is there. You just frustrated because you're looking at the bank account and the money ain't there. You're frustrated. So once you tie them in their spending habits, they're over there, and now you make an investment. And I promise you, they're not gonna bother you. They're not gonna say, "What we doing with the money?" As long as the money they want coming in, you are God on earth. I don't know what my husband do, but whatever he do, it's good. Girl, I don't worry about none of that.
That's it.
That's how you handle that. Let me borrow 5 more minutes. That's how you handle that. Yes, sir.
I told Crazy Grand News about the donating tickets.
Yep.
And I said, if Renee win, I automatically win. So I'm blessed and I'm gonna be dancing just like she is. If she win this contest or whatever, I'm in it. I'm winning.
You with it.
I'm winning. So, I'm winning. So no matter what, I win, she wins. She win, I win. So that's how it should be.
That's what happened with corporations merge. That's what happens with corporations merge. You get what I'm saying? And again, I'm doing this very respectfully. I'm just approaching it from a different angle. Give me 5 more minutes and we're done. Approach for a different angle. I put the website, the link to Ibrahim's video out there. I'm always impressed by Ibrahim. I'm gonna keep him around for a long time because he speaks English better than me. And he writes in English better than me. And I'm pretty freaking good. And then he turns right around and goes into Farsi. And then goes into Aramaic. It goes into other languages I don't even know he knows. And when you have a brain that can adapt to languages, you also have a brain that can adapt to cultures. And if you have a brain that adapts to languages and a brain that adapts to cultures, you would never be broke on planet Earth. Because every business has its own language and every business has its own culture. And all you got to do is learn that business's language. What's our language? Dominate. Check your harvest. You suck, right? We got a whole language around here. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole language. We straightforward, cutthroat around here. Ain't none of that pansy stuff going on around here. You got to go somewhere else. You know how I am, Grace. There ain't no winners and losers and folk who haven't learned how yet to win. That's Les Brown. He's right. I'm not disagreeing with that. I love when he said it make me feel good every time he say it. But I'm going to tell you, Arshia, until you put that money into your Betterment account and I saw it and you said to me, you was a loser. You stopped being a loser 2 days ago. You've been losing your whole life.
And guess what? I'm going to increase my ability, to earn by Friday again. Because
Girl, look at your winning self. So the
value.
Arshia Corporation.
Look how she rearing back in that chair, Antonio, like a super executive. I'm checking out the body language.
So the Arshia Corporation can't just get with some man complimenting her. Now she gotta say, look, baby, I got investment accounts. Does your corporation have investment accounts? If the answer is no, you can't do nothing but flirt with me. You a text
Let me see your spreadsheets instead of them silk sheets.
Yeah, look, you're right. It's spreadsheets instead of silk sheets. I like that. That you said something right there. Anyway, Jerome, you can't do nothing but text me when my boo thing is out of town. That's all you can do.
Send me your portfolio and we're gonna check it over together.
You understand. So wrapping this up, back to Adonia, because she's a great example. Adonia has accomplished more than enough. First off, you can't even live in the Bay Area without accomplishing more than enough. I don't know what. I just don't. I'm going to fly out to her this year, and I'm going to just look around and be like, girl, how you afford this? Bay Area, Whole Foods got celery. They put 3 pieces of celery in a jar, and they shake it, and then they take the celery out, and they say, here is celery water, $30. That's what they do in Bay Area Whole Foods. Stuff like that. That's what they do. Your last name is a corporation. And let me address Amanda's question now. Amanda, if you cannot get life insurance or health insurance because of your, I was cussing in my head, Phil, because of what men have done to the health industry by saying pre-existing conditions, which really bothers me. That's really bothers me. Then what you do is you become your own health insurance policy, Amanda. You save 10% and you say to yourself, how much money do I need to have health insurance? And Amanda should say something like $10,000. And what Amanda does, she say 10%, and she go buys however many single family homes or apartment complexes that she thinks she needs. And once it equals $10,000, she don't need no damn health insurance. She writing checks.
Good. I answered my own question right, because I said, okay, I just need to build enough up in real estate so that when I'm not here anymore, each one of my kids got $1 million real estate of some sort to go for.
So I'm glad you said that, because what I want to talk to y'all tomorrow, that's why I'm doing this Q&A, is about real estate. And I want to start off with this one statement. If you buy a single family home you bought yourself. Let me be nicer. Let me switch it up. If you buy a single family home, you bought yourself a job. If you buy multifamily, you bought yourself a business. That's why I had y'all do Q&A and I came back and asked you questions because I want to unconvince you about single family homes. If I had my way,
we done graduated from the single family homes now. Don't start that.
That's what I'm saying. And I need to make y'all understand the difference between buying a job that you got to go clean and fix and show up to and all that stuff versus buying a business that's pumping you out cash. So I end you with, let me check YouTube real quick because Damali was on it. Okay, good. Oh, Dolores is on YouTube too. You would not marry an attached corporation to a trash. You're right. You're right. You know what, Damali? She said what I said is very West African. You're right. Because I'm like 80% Nigerian. Go ahead, Phil.
That's the same concept. There's a book called The E-Myth by Michael Gerber that talks about it's not too many entrepreneurs. They think they have a business, but they only have a job and they're working for themselves. So he teaches you how to take your sole proprietorship or your small business that it's really not a business and turn it into one.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of one of his tenets is if you aren't there, does the business still run? If the answer is no, then you don't have a business. You bought yourself a job.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right. You bought yourself a job, and let me tell you, it's going to feel that way. If Arshia can't walk away from her music career, she ain't got no music career. Got a music job. So I end you with this. Your job is to understand you are a walking corporation. And up until last week, the Linsom Corporation was losers. And then do that. I'm gonna tell you what it is. You're winning or losing. The moment the Linsom Corporation say, baby, I don't care what I look like, we go into the gym. That's a winning corporation. Keep going live enough and watch. I guarantee you somebody's gonna say, you know what? I have a clothing company and I would love for you to wear this the next time you work out.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Wow.
You're too marketable.
Hey, Bishop, I did say this to myself this morning. I said, somebody gonna see me and want to interview me.
See?
Somebody like Steve Harvey, somebody gonna see me and want to interview me. And of course, I'm gonna mention the honorable bishop, the honorable Bishop Antonio T. Swift Jr.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Even though you are well known all over the earth anyway, but you're gonna be well known out of this mouth, out of these two lips.
Well, if Ava DuVernay wants to interview you, you put my name in there. That's my celebrity crush. Put my name up in there. You know, put my name up in there. Yeah.
Somebody, I don't know if it was me or the universe, God, or whatever. But that's what came to me today.
Gotcha.
Prophet Jerry.
Yes, sir.
Do research within your marketplace on what talk shows or what podcasts or what opportunities are out there. Then have somebody else contact them and tell them that they should interview you.
What a brilliant idea.
I'll get started on that.
Yeah, get it started. In fact, I want to see proof tomorrow. We open up with the morning call with it.
On that podcastguest.com, I get emails about it, baby. So,
yeah, but start local because that's something that you can bring to the table that nobody else can, or fewer people can. You're local. So they love interviewing local people as well as national people. And you guys would fit right into that. And that's the low-hanging fruit you start with and then go from there.
Give those directions one more time.
What did he say?
Phil, repeat them one more time. Somebody else want them.
Do some research and find out who in your local communities and whether it's whether I don't know where are you located?
Sanford, North Carolina.
So you got what? Fayetteville,
Raleigh,
Raleigh, Durham, Salem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Winston-Salem. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Winston-Salem. So and then just research the ones that do talk shows and things that do interviews, and then have someone else contact them to tell them that they should look to you to see you could be a potential on their show.
Okay.
Instead of you calling them and pitching them, it becomes a pitch, but you have somebody else call and say, hey, I know this couple and they're really amazing. You should look into them to see if they should be on your show. And that it becomes attraction, not promotion.
That's brilliant.
We'll get somebody else outside of us. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe somebody here at ATS do it.
That's what I was thinking about the bishop or you. Somebody like that.
Or Miss Freedom.
Or Miss
in North
Frida.
Carolina.
Yeah, Miss Frida's in North Carolina. Dolores is in North Carolina.
Yeah. Okay.
Also. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, Dolores is right. Dolores is the one. That's who you want to share with Dolores. As a matter of fact, contact her first and tell her that's what you're doing, because you could do the reverse one, do it for her too. She does it for you, and then you do it for her.
Okay.
They need guests. They need guests all the time. I mean, they're always looking for guests. They just want to find the right guest, the person that has the audience will be interested in. So yeah, that's the one to approach. And or Miss Booker too, Miss Booker.
Yeah.
I may be able to get you on Fox. Now that I think about it, I'm cool with one of the producers on Fox. Thank you, Phil.
Yeah.
One of those things just had to do. You just knock something loose in my brain. Okay. There you go. One of the brilliant ideas. Go ahead, Arshia.
The things you were saying is right on line because Kanye West had I'm not sure it was an interview, but I know it was like a sponsorship. He was talking about not being an artist. People think because you're a music artist, you're an artist. It's not about being an artist or a brand. It's about being your own asset. And last time I checked, Kanye West was a billionaire.
He's the richest musician alive.
Yes. So, old little Arshia came into ATS talking about, I want to do my music. Yeah, I wanted to do it to throw my music out to say I did it. But this time, I'm going into the industry to disrupt the industry, okay? Because I have ownership. So I just want to throw that out there because Kanye West said,
When we start recording her music, I told her she under two conditions. One, you be dedicated because I don't like undedicated people. Two, you have to keep your masters. That's what I told her. That's exactly what I told her. That's exactly what I told her. She ain't know nothing. I kept my word. She ain't know nothing. Phil, I could have got her. I could have got her good. She ain't know nothing. But no, I get it. I'm on ASCAP. I did all that stuff. I get it. I know how it goes. That's it for me. We will see you all at 10:30, next couple of minutes or whatever, for something esoteric. It's a doozy, by the way. So God bless you. It's positive.
Always a doozy. It's
well,
always
you know,
a doozy.
I feel like y'all be going out there and forgetting when I be telling you. I gotta chop your head off.
Is it one of those doozes that you say, there's a word? Is it one of those?
There's a word.
Okay.
There's a word. So you know, it's life-changing. The last thing I want to, yes, ma'am.
Now, my son, you are truly raising nations before nations. Enjoy. Continue to stay patient. Continue to learn of yourself and continue to stay grateful.
Yes, ma'am. I sure will. I sure will. No, I thank you for being obedient. Y'all go on out there and protect your last name. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plan better. You can dominate. Thank you, everybody. Love you.
Love you more.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a good one. I'm going to play my